Hey guys, Corey here, BPB. We are back out in the shop today. And today we're going to be working on a '05 GTO. We're going to be installing a SAP kit, and that consists of those grill pieces there and that lower fascia. So we're going to be showing you guys how to install that fascia. That didn't come with any hardware or anything, so we'll figure all that out. We'll be pulling the bumper off and installing that. Then also he's got a new hood, and we'll go take a look at that. And then we're just going to be cleaning up the fenders. There's a few dents in it, a few dents in a couple of the doors, a few scratches here and there, and some paint peeling on the rear bumper. So we're going to do a little makeover on it. But yeah, let's go check it out. All right, the hood, here it is. Carbon fiber, beautiful hood. It's got a few imperfections in it. You can see, you can probably see a lot of them. They're pretty, they stick out a lot. But yeah, he went and bought this hood, and it doesn't quite fit exactly right. So that's going to be our job, is making it fit. So you can see he made a few marks here where it has to be cut, but also we know a little bit's got to be cut off the back completely because it almost touches the windshield. But yeah, pretty nice hood. It's real light, just weighs a few pounds. You can pick it up real easy. But we got to get this hood off, get that one on, and see what all we got to do. We got to put his windshield washer pieces back in, figure out how to drill that and install those in this new hood so we can keep those. This is a street driven car, it's not a race car. He does have a nice power plant going to be put in here soon, but right now it's just a roller, so should be somewhere around 800 horsepower when he's done, I believe he said. Maybe we'll get a ride in it when it's done. But till then, we are going to go ahead and do a little makeover on this. Take care of these dents in the fenders, and there's a couple of nicks and scratches on the doors, stuff like that. But not too bad. There's a little paint peeling back here. He wants to redo this and make it all black. A few little goodies, but yeah, let's go ahead and set this tripod up and get this old hood off and get that new one on and see what we got to do. All right, hood swapped. I got it to shut pretty good. The thing that I did notice was the same thing that I guess he did, was it needs notched here because it hits on the cowl panel here. So we'll try to round this up real nice here and make it look like it was never touched. But as far as the back here, it definitely needs a little bit off. You can see where it will hit the windshield if he can't go up any higher. So we'll definitely probably just take about the same amount off once we round this, maybe an inch and I don't know what that is, maybe an inch and a quarter or so, inch and a half. We'll just start there. We'll cut that much off all the way. And then this actually might need a little bit more than that off. It's probably going to need to be back up into here in order to get the hood to be able to come up all the way like it's supposed to. But for the most part, it's fitting pretty good. Once I get those notches made here and here, then I'll be able to see where, whether or not it actually fits real good, because I couldn't get this to sit down below the fenders, and you can't have that sitting up there. So it could just be these shocks still in the way, or it could be because of that cowl. So we'll see once I make those notches. But yes, I'm actually using a hammer as a prop rod. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, the hood is back off. It does not fit very good. There's a huge lip you can see here. I don't know if you guys can tell it, but right here, the factory hood does not have that. Obviously this one was put together this way because it's fiberglass, so it needs a lip, but we are going to have to actually do some cutting on it. So we're going to cut it down, even if we have to re-glass it all and, do away with the lip completely and then re-gel it and everything. That's what we're going to do. He wants this hood to fit nice and flush with no problems. And he don't want it busting and cracking up later. So the quality on this is, okay, but you can see there's a lot of air voids and stuff in it. They throw these things together pretty quick. I'm not dogging on the company none, but they definitely could have done a little better job with it. But we're gonna go ahead and tape this up all the way around and cut off where I'm pretty sure it needs to be cut, and then hopefully it doesn't delaminate and peel apart. If it does, we'll just leave our pieces together exactly where they're at, and then we'll grind it all and re-glass it so it doesn't come apart physically. This top from the bottom don't separate. But we will go ahead and get this cut, and we'll be back. All right, guys, we're back. We got the hood cut. I went ahead and bolted it on so you could take a look at it. It fits really nice now. Everything's clearing. All the gaps are lining up. Everything flows like it's supposed to, like here. It's not hitting the cowl anymore. Perfect cut all the way across. The front's not hitting anymore. It's not hitting the bumper. It's got a nice clean line all the way across. It lines up with the fenders and it looks good. Everything lines up on this side and clears good. Only thing we got to do now is take these latches here and install them. They're going to be somewhere around here, I think. It's about the only place that I can put them. They can't be any further forward on the core support, because then they're not going to really sit flush. Kind of going to look funny, but I think if I put them back here, it's about the farthest point back I can mount them. It's right here on this radiator support bracket, I guess it is. I think that's about where we're going to have to mount them, so I'm not really sure how other people mount them, but we will get this done and we'll be back. All right, the hood pins are in, or the pins, I guess, part are in, is where they're going to be. I didn't tighten them down or anything. This is just the way I install these. I don't know if this is by the directions or not. It's the way I've done it in the past, so I'm going to continue to do with it. But I install the bottom pin where it's going to go, and then I usually take a piece of tape and put it up here about where the pin's going to hit. And then I'll take like a blob of grease or something just real small right here on the tip of this, on both sides, and then I'll shut that down real easy to where that tip just barely touches this tape, and that's where I'll know to drill my hole, so I'm not missing it, not miscalculating. There's no better way that I have found to mark that. So that's what we're going to do next, is go ahead and do that, mark that hole and drill that all the way up through the top, and then Once you do that, then you can use the center point of the latch here. You can line it up with your hole, and then there's a right here. Once you line that up, then you can take this and trace it out, put it where it needs to go, and so you know exactly where to cut, so you're not messing up your cuts. But we will go ahead and finish doing that, and we'll be back. All right, we put our grease on, shut our hood, got our mark on each side, went ahead and drilled those holes. We started with a small size and then worked our way up to just a size big enough, about the the thickness of this here, the diameter of that. But went ahead and drilled it all the way through on both sides. Up here, now that we can shut the hood and take a good look at it, the hood, this is where the hood's going to sit. It goes all the way down now. But you can see I still got to lower those a little bit, because the way this works is this actually goes recessed down in the hood. So we'll have to put this on here and then take that ring and mark the hood where this is going to be, and then kind of like this, I guess. Put that on there like so, and then when you pull this up, you can tape it down. Then when you pull that up, this ring is going to be left here, where you need it, and then you just mark it out with a marker right in here all the way around, and then cut this out. That way you can fit this down in the hole. So we'll go ahead and get on that and do one side real quick, and then we'll be back so you can take a look at it. All right, we got the piece on there where it goes. Now we will, I went ahead and marked it too. Now we'll go ahead and peel this off, and then we've got our outline there exactly where that goes. We wanted it nice and straight, with the hood, so we're, I guess, in line with the rest of the car. So make sure you pay attention to which way you're aiming them, or where how they're oriented. Make sure you put them both the same. You don't want one sitting over this way and the other one sitting over this way. It would look terrible. But yeah, so make sure you get that right before you actually cut it. But we're going to use a I'll take a air saw about like this, just a thin little blade, and I'll sit there and just cut that all the way through, all the way around, down to the bottom. It's got to be able to, you got to be able to get this bracket on the back side, because that's how it tightens up. So on the back side, we might actually have to cut it out a little bit bigger, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. All right, the hood's back off. We got both of those holes done. The latches fit up in there, but as you can tell, they don't seat all the way. They don't seat all the way on both sides, almost exactly the same amount. But so what we're gonna do, it's this little piece right here. It kind of dips in right to where we need to put that. I don't know if you can tell it there, just barely. So what we're gonna have to do, both sides, so it looks uniform, we're gonna cut it out probably like this, maybe a nice little square, and then hopefully we can we'll actually feather this back, and then hopefully just kind of reshape this just a little bit, and not much. And you won't even be able to tell it when it's done that it was ever done. But that's all we're going to do is just kind of reshape that a little bit and bring it out on both sides, maybe to about here. And it will clear that perfectly. And also we got a couple other little spots to glass up, some cracks from the factory in this piece here that was busted. But so I'm going to go ahead and cut those out and then make sure the latches will fit, and then we'll be back. All right, I got it cut out to where the latch will sit flush now. And I don't really think I'm gonna like the outcome of this, doing it the other way. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is, to make it look a lot better, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the fiberglass as big as this piece on the outside, and then go ahead and glass this in to the top of the hood, so through to there. And you guys will probably see a little bit more what I'm talking about when I get it cut out. But and the reason I've decided mainly to do that is if these latches ever fail and I go ahead and glass this piece into the backside, chances are he might not ever be able to get, or have access to it. So we're going to go ahead and leave access to these, screws. So if he ever takes these bolts out, the nuts don't just fall inside the hood somewhere. But I'll glass it, I'll cut it out real nice, and then I'll glass it all back, in nice and all the way around, nice and pretty. But that way it doesn't look like it's ever been messed with. So we'll get to cutting and we'll be back. All right, guys, I got everything cut out. I got it to where the latches all lay flush and everything. I got all this ground. These pieces here is what holds the latch in place. Your little nuts will go in there, and then you screw it from the other side. This is what I was talking about making it bigger and then kind of like Frenching it in or whatever. Now I've ground this back real nice and beveled it, and then I'm going to take fiberglass and kind of lay it down in there all the way around, okay, here, and loop it down, and there'll be a nice clean lip all the way around here when it's done for this to sit on. And then then he'll always have access to his nuts, or to be able to take those off if need be. Hopefully never has to, but just in case. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish grinding this a little bit and beveling these edges a little more, and then I'll go ahead and glass that, and we will be back. All right, we're back on the GTO hood. We've got it all glassed in. It's all, one piece again. Solid. Everything's, I've already ground everything and re-drilled all the holes, but the latch kind of slips in there, something like that. And then this piece is what holds the bolts here. On the back side, but that just gives him a little bit more support and also gives him the access there to those latches. But kind of like how it turned out. If you guys like it, you like how it turned out, you think I did a good job on that, let me know in the comments. Hit that like, the share, the subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, we got the aero catch latches in. I just put 2 bolts in to hold it for now. We went ahead and put the hood on. I put both latches in, and you kind of see how that looks up in there. Not too bad. Now, this will get painted to match the car. Body worked and painted, so it'll look a lot different when it's done. But Now when you guys are doing these latches, I don't know this vehicle specifically, I guess they're all probably different depending on where you put the hinges or whatever, I mean the latches, but I had to kind of tweak the, I don't know if you guys can see this, the way the car sits and the way the hood sits, I kind of had to tweak these to get them to not bang up here, so that way it clears here without hitting and causing any troubles. So we will, I think I got them all, you know, how they go, so we'll test it. Voila. Just like that. And that's how you install those latches. Not much to it. Good solid. Not a bad job at all. Next, we will be moving on to the bumper and installing the front fascia. So make sure you guys tune into that video. Alright guys, that's all we got for the hood trimming and fitting and the latch install. Make sure you tune into our next video and watch us do the front bumper. It's probably be a maybe 3 or 4 part series on this GTO. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share.